You're live, but I'm feeling dead. This is the Aaron Zero show and another edition of today's noise. Hope you like all the noise that you're seeing. Here in the city of Delhi, it's becoming hotter. It's 36 degrees yesterday, too hot for me. And today is a little better, it's 35. And they say the next couple of days are going to be cool. So that is good. And what do we have on the international front? Well, the International Energy Authority has said that they're going to release 400 million barrels of oil to meet the worldwide shortage, and it's going to be on a country by country basis. At the same time, Iran and Israel are trading blows, and as of last reporting, Iran had launched about 500 drones and 1,100 missiles at Israel. So Israel is getting beat up just now. And Israel, of course, has also been bombing. But not to be outdone, Israel is increasing its defense budget by $13 billion. And where is that money going to come from? Well, it's going to come from Uncle Sam, the long-time supporter of Israel, which is a genocidal country, killed more than 100,000 Palestinians at the very least, and who is going to be held accountable for this country? It's like Nazi war crimes all over again. Anyway, and Iran is continuing to hit the Gulf countries, targeting basically, of course, the American installations, etc. And apparently, they've had a lot of success. They've destroyed multi-million dollar facilities across the Gulf state coasts, which were depending upon American security, radar, etc. And I even read a report that they had shot down a US bomber. I don't know how much it is true. And of course, the closure of the Hormuz Strait has led to shortages in the world of the main minerals that the Gulf Coast countries export. Besides oil, Qatar, etc., are exporting aluminum, helium, and then urea, sulfur. So all these are halted productions due to the war, and they would have an effect on the worldwide economy. Also, Brazil, a country that produces a lot of ethanol, which is derived from its huge sugarcane cultivation. That is also a fuel which is used, and Brazil may convert to some other fuel just now if there's a shortage. So a lot of mess, and Iran is controlling the Strait of Hormuz, has fired upon ships there in the area, and would only allow Chinese flagged vessels and possibly Russian flagged vessels if they are there. There are about 157 ships stranded inside the strait in the Persian Gulf area, and it's a good chance that they will be attacked by Iran. So Iran is showing tremendous amount of resistance, a country that has been bombed in the last couple of days and this last week sort of carpet bombed by USA and Israel. They're showing a tremendous amount of resistance, and they have all their missiles safely tucked away underground, and they cannot be seen, they cannot be visible, and possibly they've even used some radar jamming techniques so that satellites or trackers cannot spot where they are. And when they have to launch, they suddenly come out of the desert and wing their way on. They have some new models, variants of the various missiles that they have, which are doing tremendous damage to Israel. One, I believe, has a 1,000 kilo payload. And of course, they're also having those bombs which have cluster bombs, which have loitering munitions. So it's like when you launch one missile, it has hundreds of other little bombs in it, which can uh, give a lot of damage to civilians, property, etc. So this is something Israel has brought upon itself, basically, by its unilateral attacks on Iran in the past also. And the Iranians have said that they are not going to negotiate with the US, which I think is a terrible sign of uncertainty in the world, because the world it does not want the war. It's 2 weeks of the war, and the world wants certainty and prosperity for all, and all the neighboring nations will be affected if this continues, including India. And even so, there was a report that the Dubai supermarkets are well stocked up, and they depend upon the fresh produce, fruits, and vegetables from the neighboring countries, from India, etc., and even from Iran, which I believe has stopped supplying just now to them. And I think the whole reason is also Iran sees these Gulf Coast countries as fellow Muslim nations, even though they might follow a different strain of the faith. I mean, they're Muslims, but they are Sunni Muslims, while Iran is mainly Shia, and the Shia Muslims are there also in Iraq. So this war continues while Mr. Trump says the war is completely over or completely gone. And one does not know what to think, because he can change his mind in a moment. Another thing I read was that Israel has something on Mr. Trump through the Eppenstein files. And I remembered that Mr. Eppenstein was in the employment of the Israeli intelligence service, the Mossad. And while Mr. Eppenstein had uh, found a beautiful way of extorting money from rich and wealthy people and blackmailing them with videos when they were going on with underage girls, etc., possibly the Israelis have something on Trump in that nature. That is what I feel. I don't know. I'm not the gospel truth. I'm only the reporter. That's all. And so, what else do we have? And oh, a big news. The Reliance Company of India, premier refinery company of India, is going to invest $300 billion in the US of A. They are partnering up with an American company called America First Energy, and they're going to build a refinery in Brownsville, Texas, and take advantage of America's vast shale oil deposits. And the refinery is scheduled to be started in the second quarter of this year, and it will be having capacity of 168,000 barrels per day. So the Reliance Group is going to be buying this oil and petroleum products from the refinery over a 20-year period, practically all the output of it, and it comes to about 225 billion is invested in the oil. They will be buying that amount, and about 175 billion of gas and petroleum products. I suppose they will be selling. They will be starting gas outlets in the USA, or they will be being a supplier to the stations, the gas stations in USA, notably Chevron, BP, etc. And of course, it will be a steady and alternative source for India, which has depended upon Russian crude and other crude. So that would be another source of petroleum products for India, a huge amount of money. But apparently, They will be investing for setting up the plant. It will be coming in millions of dollars, and they will. It will be through debt and equity, as I understand it, and they will be getting some banks and other partners to join in. So that is the big news. At the same time, there is an LPG shortage in India, and Prime Minister Modi has said, no need to worry, we will navigate through this. It's India first, because Qatar, which has been a major supplier of LPG, has shut down its production facilities. And so a lot of Indian restaurants and eateries are out of LPG cooking gas. So it seems, though the government says there's enough stock. So I don't know why they're out of LPG. And so dosa and stuff like that is off the menu in a lot of the restaurants here and in the South. And the South, of course, they're crazy about their dosas and idlis and all that sort of stuff. And instead, they are using induction cookers and rice cookers. So I think a lot of rice type food will be on the menu in all the restaurants, hotels, eateries across the country till this LPG situation is solved. The first priority of the government, of course, is for the domestic, that is families. They should be getting a steady supply of LPG, and that is what they have said that they will continue to do. And in other news, uh, excuse me, the Speaker of the House, Om Birla, has walked through the no confidence motion, which was given by the opposition parties because the ruling party has a majority. And the Home Minister said that Mr. Rahul Gandhi wanted to speak but couldn't speak, or something like that. And the one of the opposition leaders, Mr. Venugopal, said it's not about Rahul Gandhi, it's about Mr. Om Birla being an impartial speaker and not being partisan in his rulings. So the opposition parties feel that they have not been given a time to speak their minds out on various issues. And it's not about Rahul Gandhi as such. So that is the reporting that I could figure out. And for the first time, the Supreme Court has allowed passive enthusiasm, passive, that is right to death law. It has been passed, and a 32-year-old gentleman who has been in a vegetative state for 13 years and is suffering from dead brain, so to speak. And so he will be pulled off the life support with the consent of the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court has read some medical board certifications that there's no way to help him. So a sad story, but apparently it will be better that he is not alive. So what can I say? That's the way the wind blows. And so we conclude and hope you all are doing well. Please subscribe by the billion and watch the news on Aaron News Channel 2. Thank you very much.